Hello YouTube, this is Ben Yessel. So this is a cooking video number one, part two. Um, let's talk about cutting onions here for a bit. Now you can see I've already kind of cut up my onion and put it all over the potatoes and the turkey. Of course, the oven's not heating yet. That's going to be in a bit. I'm not going to cook it quite yet, but I want to show you guys kind of what I did. So, of course, onion all gone over here. Just a few cooking basics, and I did this with the potatoes. This is the knife I'm using, by the way. The sharper, the better. You need to be very, very careful. The less sharp the knife, the better chance there is of cutting yourself. So, I mean, it could be a little sharper, but it's a nice big knife, and I'm cutting away from my fingers. Fingers are not in the way. So cutting potatoes, not so dangerous. Cutting onions, the way I'm cutting them, yeah, that's a little bit more dangerous. So, the sharp, you want to make sure your knife is sharp. Cannot stress that enough. Sharp knife. Of course, I'm not a Boy Scout, so, but you can, I could probably, anyway. You can make a whole other video about knives alone. So, anyway, what I do, and you really should be getting this to a bit more smaller smaller chunks when you're talking about curry for sure. But just for a regular kind of roasted thing, you want to make cuts in the onion, probably about ½ inch in width ish. You get too narrow, it's like curry more, but anyway, it's more precise. And then you get too wide, and it's just okay. So I'd say roughly ½ inch in length. To make some cuts, but you don't go all the way down. You go mostly down, so you can keep the onion more intact. Then you turn it 90 degrees. Do the same thing, but not all the way. Make sure that it's still kind of in the same bunch. And then you turn it so that, I don't know, the other way, 90 degrees, but in the other way, so that but you want to turn it so that it's the part that you didn't cut through is on top, I think. Yeah. So then you make, anyway, you see what I'm saying? So you're making cuts in 3 different directions, and you just be really careful. Keep your fingers away from the knife at all times. Keep your fingers away from the knife. I mean, make sure that you have enough room. It's use your other hand to kind of position the onion. You get better at it with time. You want to make sure again your knife is really sharp. If you have to use a lot of pressure, oh my gosh, maybe some folks cut the onion in half right off the bat, boom, and they do all that jazz. That's probably a better option to do it that way. Cut the onion in half and do all that. Then take the other half and do the same thing. But it's important, when in doubt, go for a sharper knife. Not necessarily a bigger knife, but a sharper knife. And keep the knife away from your fingers. You don't want to have to use a saw, like you're cutting wood with a saw. Oh, yeah. Or an axe or something. Oh, yeah. No. So, anyways, aside from all that, you also want to let your onions sit before being cooked for a bit. This has already been going on for about the time I need it to. But when it sits like this, even like this, it's letting off a certain type of gas. You think, oh, it's just onions are really healthy for you. What happens? A lot of the stuff, when it gets in your system, it purifies all the toxins in your body. It's a detox type thing. But yeah, it's letting out some kind of. This is why your eyes tear up. And so when it lets out this gas, it's I think it's better for you to leave it sitting just for like 10 minutes or so, like this. But onions are very underappreciated a lot of times, in my opinion. But anyway, we're going to let this bad boy cook for probably about a little bit over an hour. Add a few minutes. Because usually I do no more than an hour, probably like 45 minutes for a turkey like this, on 350 heat, 350 degrees. But with all the other stuff, it's going to be over an hour or so. You can always double check cooking times again online. Anyway, if you have any thoughts and comments about onions, cutting onions, anything I did wrong, anything I could do better. Now again, when you're making curry, and I'll do curry in another video, that you want to be ideally making these onion bits a little bit smaller, and the meat itself you want to so you can cut up and make it smaller as well. So and then you want the flavors to kind of all mixed up with the oil and the spices and everything. That's a good curry. Anyway, that's the different thing. So I'll catch you guys later, and leave me thoughts and comments below. Catch you guys later. Bye.